Rolling.
All right, guys, welcome to the GBC podcast. What is GBC, you may ask? It is greatness by choice. Why? Because we all have the choice to choose greatness, and that's what we do here. We don't stick to a certain topic or niche because we find greatness in everything that we do. Each individual has their own story and own journey of pursuing greatness, and that's what we'll explore. So we're here for episode 1, 2023. Joshua Soto.
What's up? This is exciting, yo.
This is finally happening.
This is amazing.
When did we start building this set?
I want to say like 2 months ago.
2 months.
2 months ago, yeah, around November. Was it November that we started?
Yeah.
November.
Ran into some obstacles.
Yeah.
Because we created a name, branded an entire podcast.
Just for it to be taken.
All to find out there was already one. So, lesson, do your research thoroughly before concluding on the name of a business, a podcast, or any other journey. It'll save you a lot of headache and time.
Yeah.
But we rebranded it, and it's GBC, and I actually like it better.
Yeah.
So this is going to be fun. So we're going to have a lot of exciting things. So we've got Josh here. Josh is an internal here at One Source Branding and Media, director at media. So we're going to dive into your journey and your life a little bit. So we'll start with, who is Joshua Soto?
That's such a loaded question.
It is
Every
very
time
loaded.
I get asked that question, it's like I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to begin.
It's hard.
Yeah, bro. Because it's just, I'm interested in so many things. So it's like, that's always the one question that's hard to like narrow down. But to put it in like a whole, like in a nutshell, I'm just a creative. Like I'm a creative, free-spirited guy. A lot of big goals that I have for myself, for my family. And you know, I'm just a person who overall is a visionary, and I want to create the visions that I have for myself. So that's what it is, whether it be on social media, just anything.
A creative.
I want to create it however
right.
way possible.
Love it.
That's who I am.
If we can go a little further back, right? Where are you from originally? Where were you born? A little bit about your childhood. You come up. You know, did you normal childhood? Did you go to school? You know, all these things.
So I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Freezing over there. I hate the cold. I'm definitely a Florida boy now because I've been in Florida for about, I don't know, I got here when I was 7, like 20 years. Damn.
Wow.
20 years I've been in Florida.
Is Wisconsin known for cheese?
Cheese and beer.
Okay. Yeah.
Cheese and beer,
right? I
baby.
just know the cheeseheads.
Yeah.
Oh, that you're a Packers fan.
And I'm a Green Bay fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
This season's not our best season, but, you know, we making it work. You know, my childhood has always been very family oriented, so like family first. That's kind of how we grew up. I grew up around plenty of cousins, plenty of aunts and uncles. Like my family's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge, bro. I'm still meeting people to this day.
That's good though.
Yeah, it is.
That's good, and it's remained that way, right? I mean,
For the
still
most
very,
part, yeah.
for the most part, still very family oriented. So
Yeah.
that's good. I know a lot of times that changes over the course of years. So
Yeah, but that's natural though. Like you naturally, as you get older, people start kind of separating a little bit. People go their own ways. But one way or another, we always find our way back to each other and you know, continue to build that relationship. You know, so.
And you just went to Puerto Rico, right?
I did.
Was that family?
Yeah.
So you have family over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
went to go visit my grandparents. I went over there with my pops. And, yeah, we got a lot of family out there, too. I didn't see too much family because this trip to PR, I wanted to really focus on doing things I've never done. So, like, a lot of sightseeing.
Yeah.
A lot of different, I guess, adventures. Or, you know, just
explore.
Different things to do, man. We had some 4-wheelers out there. It was dope.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
PR was dope.
So going back into the creative side, right? Primarily video is how you really, that's your tool for creating for the most part right now, right? The camera.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you find that interest? When did you first pick up your camera? What were you doing? What sparked that?
Man, what a story, yo. So I didn't start off with the camera. My journey into my profession now, it actually started off as me just documenting my fitness journey.
Okay.
So when I was in college, it was around 2015, I believe. That's when I got exposed to different names in the fitness industry, like Christian Guzman. We talk about him a few times. Brandon Carter, just a lot of these different guys who were just filming their journey. And then I felt like I wanted to do the same, so I bought my first camera in college, and I was just in my dorm room filming. Filming some physique updates, meals, day in the lives, and then even some gym content. And then from there, it kind of just grew into me wanting to figure out like my main question was like, what makes great content, right? I noticed myself, I would be lost in these vlogs, for hours, and I watch these videos, and I'm like, I would ask myself, why am I watching these videos in the first place?
Yeah.
Why am I here wasting, fucking hour and 2 hours watching these vlogs? And then that kind of sparked my interest to cameras, because I started learning, okay, depending what camera you buy, that makes a difference on what the content looks like. Depending what lens you get, that makes a difference. And before you know it, to kind of dive deeper, I actually got a job selling cameras so I can learn even more about it.
Well, okay.
So it was kind of like a little strategic way for me to jump in the industry. I worked at Best Buy for about a year and a half, and I was like immersed in it at that point. Like just, learning about cameras every single day. Best Buy does a great job, by the way. Like, not even bullshitting. They do a great job with teaching you the product in order to sell it properly. So that's where I got the majority of my knowledge on cameras. Then I finally bought my first camera, and it was just kind of over from there. Next thing you know, I'm starting to make videos, and then, somebody asked me to do a video for them, and then it just kind of like a rabbit hole that I just jumped into.
That's crazy.
Now I'm here making internal content for a whole agency.
And this started when? How many years ago?
That started and so it was like a progression. Like it first started in 2015. The Best Buy era was around 2018, 2020. And then I freelanced for about a year doing camera work, and then up until this point, 2022 is now where I've been, at the highest level that I've been performing.
Unexpected too.
Super unexpected. Yeah, I did not. Like, I didn't wake up dreaming to be
one day I'm gonna be a videographer.
Videographer. Yeah, it was just happened.
That's how it happens, though. What
happened
within that time period, those years? What's been some of the most rewarding moments and being behind the lens that have really like changed you or changed your perspective and giving you the ambition to continue it?
I think the journey has really been all about just maintaining that growth throughout the years. I can honestly say every single year that has passed from when I first decided to start living life for myself, like every single year that has passed has really been a level up. I've gotten better every year in some way, which I'm super grateful for. Yeah. So the camera it's really put me in these positions, or it's brought me new opportunities that I probably would have never had I not picked up that camera.
Yeah.
And to go back to the question, it's just maintaining that growth has been like the main thing, the main focus.
The personal growth from it.
Yeah, heck yeah. Because you learn a lot. I mean, there's lessons, bro, that comes from, living life on your own terms.
Yeah. So one of the things, too, is living life on your own terms. You're picking up this skill that really is very diverse, really, is what it is, right? Mm-hmm. It's all over the place in a sense, especially a creative. How do you stay motivated and focused pursuing that goal and that ambition, or to stay behind the lens and continue to develop your work? What keeps you motivated? What is it that you do? Because losing motivation, my opinion, is what hurts a lot of people, right? Yeah. The ability to not focus and stay persistent at something is what hurts a lot of people. So how did you work through that?
Well, I there's a couple levels, to be honest. A couple levels. Like, number one is always remembering my why. Why am I doing this in the first place? Like, what's my main goal to gain out of every single thing that I'm doing? But a lot of times, even remembering your why, sometimes you need something new, right? Mm-hmm. So a big focus of mine is just kind of leveling out the highs and the lows. So if I could like put it in a visual perspective, life obviously comes in waves, right? Mm-hmm. You have your highs, right, when things are going good.
Yep.
Everything is going great. And then you got your super lows where, things aren't going as well. You lost motivation.
Yep.
You probably lost some business. Whatever the case may be, you're probably all the way down here. So aside from reminding myself about my whys, it's just learning how to balance out those highs and the lows.
Yeah.
So reading, exercising, those are the things that help me get up when I'm feeling down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like those are the things that kind of level me out and not stay there for too long.
Yeah.
Because you stay down for too long,
For sure.
you're
Can't
not really
stay
gonna
up for too long either.
Exactly.
I've learned that. Like, you can't remain in your wins or your losses.
No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in your wins, you have to expect or understand that the losses are right around the corner.
Yep.
Then when you're in the loss, you got to expect that the wins are right in the corner. So it's really about flowing through those ups and downs and understanding that neither one is going to last forever.
Yep.
And that they balance each other. That's all part of the motion.
Yeah.
So
1,000%. And that's exactly how I, like when I'm in my higher
yeah.
points in my life, that's exactly how I level myself out.
Yep.
Obviously be super thankful that I'm there, but also be humble enough to know that, okay, let's get back to the work because
Keep it moving.
hard times are right there.
They're right there. But also, again, when you're in the hard times, it's going to get better, right? So the good is right there. So
For sure.
Since starting the documenting and going back to those days where you're watching these vlogs, a lot's changed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when it comes to content creation, what has been probably the most drastic changes since you've started that you've seen sitting back watching the social media, the content creation game? What's been some of the biggest changes you've seen just in that short amount of time?
Damn. Just honestly how quick things move now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a new trend every single day. there's new waves every single month. And I think the biggest thing is the noise. There's a lot of noise out there on the internet. Everybody is vlogging. Everybody has a camera now. Everybody's pretty good at their craft. Like now it's not, it doesn't mean much to know how to work a camera anymore.
Yeah.
Before, if you knew how to come up with a dope ass video or a dope photo, you were looked at as like, yo, this dude is killing it, right? But now that's the norm. That's the bar.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The bar is set so high now, or how can I say it? The old ceiling is now the new floor.
Yeah,
right? It's
for
the
sure.
standard.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing cinematic videos now and podcasts, and it's the standard. So like,
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My next question was going to be, what are some of the biggest challenges we face in content and content creation? So it seems like you already answered that too. The competitiveness, is that what you would say is probably the biggest challenge?
Yep. The
facing?
competitiveness and and just realizing that there's more to it than just creating a dope image or a dope video. Now it's like, people want to, now it's like you have to tap into yourself more now than ever.
Yeah.
Because you got to be yourself on camera now, because that's what people connect with.
Yeah.
It's no longer about quality. It's like, who are you as a person?
Authentic.
So that's been the biggest challenge, and that's been the biggest change.
Yeah.
So I think they go hand in hand.
For sure.
Yep.
So transitioning out of the business side of things and the career side of things a little bit to go back to the personal. Outside of creating content and the camera, what are some of the things you enjoy doing? What does Josh do outside of that, right? That you're not behind the camera. What are you doing?
Man, I like to just do anything that allows me to free my mind. And that can be a lot of different things, bro. I grew up really into cars. So, sometimes I go to my pop's house. He's still working on cars to this day in the garage.
Yeah.
So I go, turn off the phone, turn off social medias, and just go hang out. Aside from exercising and reading, I like to just, really anything to free my mind, bro.
Yeah.
Anything like that. There's no one thing I like, because I like a lot of different things. So going hiking, traveling, coming up with new ideas. Sometimes the freaking whiteboard, yo. Sometimes I throw the whiteboard up,
Bro.
and that to me is like therapy, low key, because I just let that shit flow,
Man.
and it's just like, if I can't go nowhere, I'm going to the whiteboard.
My barber was at the house last night. He's like, bro, you've got me inspired, man. I got to get a whiteboard.
Yeah.
He was like, you really like those things, son. I'm like, dude, we have 7 at the office. I got 2 at the house. There's nowhere I go that I don't have a whiteboard around. I'm like, he's like, well, do you just use it to just brain dump? I'm like, dude, it's like the beginning point of everything.
Yeah, the
Like,
power of a whiteboard.
It's so crazy, dude. Sometimes you just, whether it's like an idea or something you don't want to forget or starting something that it starts with a whiteboard.
Yeah.
I think there's something about writing it down too.
And then just seeing it. Like I'm a very visual person too, so sometimes I can't just like go to my phone and write shit down. I gotta throw up the whiteboard and see it. Like I can, like create a web of my mind.
Yeah.
Right in front of me.
Yep.
It's like, okay, this is what's on my mind, and just kind of organize it. It's weird, but it works.
So in these times of digital and computers and phones, make sure you still have a whiteboard.
Facts.
Like, don't get away from the whiteboard. I'm all about the digital and technology. I still take notes on my phone. I write on my iPad, notes on the computer, but keep a whiteboard around because there's something different about a whiteboard and that marker, man. It's
bro.
It's a beginning point.
It's crazy.
You mentioned some of your influences as far as when it came to vlogging stuff. So I want to tap into that, right? Some people who have had some of the greatest impacts in all of this growth and personal development and kind of Josh's direction in life. Who are some of the key people that have played a role in that, in your journey the past, few years or decades?
Man, definitely my parents. They've supported since day one. They understand the vision, and while at first they might have not really grasped it, them being able to put their initial knowledge aside and like learn with me and learn what this whole new world is all about has really played a huge role. They're not downing me for wanting to be online and wanting to do this.
Yeah.
Like they're actually like, yo, if this is what it takes, like, go for it. But as far as like other influencers, man, just seeing people like Christian Guzman with Alpha League, how he orchestrated that whole thing.
Machine.
Bro,
He's such a
unreal. Seeing people like Brandon Carter and Ty Lopez at one point.
Yeah, Ty's the GOAT.
Now, Ty, man.
Dude, people would hate on that man, and he changed everything for us. So
it's just crazy, man. It's at the end of the day, it's just seeing all these people take advantage of what's there and made it happen for themselves. Really,
yeah.
It's like
for sure
they're doing it. They're where the majority of us want to be in life. So
yeah, you got to follow
Yeah,
them, right?
bro.
That's the way I look at it too. Hey, I don't really listen to too much if that person's not where I want to be.
yeah,
And then also on the flip side, if somebody's where I want to be, I'll listen to them.
yeah.
So when you have these people, it's like they're doing something right. You
100%,
have to
bro.
give your ear a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
And try to maybe shift through some of the noise of things that you question or it doesn't feel right to you, and just try to get past that. I always say too, get the meat and spit out the potatoes.
There you go.
So at least see if you can get some type of nuggets from them. If you don't like majority, Ty Lopez, for example, I love a lot of his stuff, but a lot of people can't get past it may feel like a scam. And it's we'll get past all of that and see what he's really saying. He might have some real knowledge there, and I think that's a big thing too about a lot of people on the internet today.
Oh yeah. And then just taking, like you said, taking pieces of advice from people. Like in this day and age, everybody's giving advice, right? And there's you getting hit from all different angles. Even people who are not where you want to be are trying to give you advice about how to use your money or how to do this and that.
Yep.
But there's things to learn from everybody.
For sure.
I mean, I've talked to homeless people and they've taught me things.
No doubt.
Are they where I want to be? No, but they taught me some things.
They taught you something. Yeah. Maybe even if it's how not to manage
Or how
money.
not. Yeah.
How
Super
not
facts.
to manage money.
100%.
So obviously if people already follow kind of what we do on a business side when it comes to one source, then it's very apparent that 2022 was an interesting year.
Yeah.
Meaning that we explored a lot. We had a lot of growth. We learned a lot this past year. So one thing that I want to go into here through this is, without going into too much, because I know it's a lot. But what I've learned through talking to each person individually and us just talking as a group and all the content we've been doing, that it seems like everybody here had like this transformation as far as learned a lot over the past 6 to 8 months. So, and you can tie in obviously personal things here as well. But looking at 2022, because at the time of filming this, you know, by the time this gets out, it's gonna be 2023. We're actually filming this in 2022. Christmas is this week.
Yep.
So basically, the year's over, right?
That's it.
You sum up 2022. What have been the biggest lessons that you have learned this year, 2022? What has it done to you and the impact it's made in your life?
Damn, yo. 2022 has been it's been a ride. It's been a ride, bro. I think the crazy thing is at the beginning of 2022, it was like a huge shift in my life too. It was like a complete 180 to something new, right? Last year, around this time, I was back at my dad's camper. I was living in the trailer for about 2 months. I was trying to figure out where I'm gonna go. I was working part-time at Oakley and still freelancing, right?
Okay.
So it was like, bro, a complete
Yeah.
change. Once January hit, it was like, you know, we got in contact. He's the one that called me to bring me onto the team. You know, I was able to find a place closer to here, and literally within the first 2 weeks in January, I'm in a completely new city, completely new house, completely new opportunity to build off. So the biggest thing I learned is how quickly things can really change.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, there's a lot of lessons in between it. Like, you know, I've learned about scaling a company and all that stuff. But like the main takeaway is how quickly life can change if you just, one, believe in it, you manifest it, but if you stick with it.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
because had I been down in the dumps for too long, had I not made the choice to still get up and work every day. And by the way, in that camper, I was probably the happiest I've ever been because I knew I was going somewhere. That's like the key thing.
That belief.
Bro, I was in there. I
yourself. It
was
didn't
so
matter.
happy in there. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, like, something's coming. Something's coming. I'm in this camper. You know, I ain't got no damn heat. It's cold outside. I'm going to sleep with like 2 hoodies on. My dog's in there, you know, and it's just like, bro, something's coming.
And if you can believe, you filmed a clip of me going off on this rant a little bit in the kitchen. It was in this latest vlog on my channel though, where I was saying the same thing. Like looking back at Jen and I, it was like, dude, we had like power cut off and vehicles repossessed and like no money. And dude, we were just like for real the happiest because we just knew something was coming.
Yeah, bro.
But I think that's the biggest. If you can remain like that when you're down,
it's crazy.
Dude,
But
no
it's
stopping.
it just goes down to really believing that something is out there for you.
Yeah.
And that what you're doing is like, it's for a reason.
For a reason,
You know, and that to me has been the biggest takeaway this year. I mean, and then even looking at this year as a whole, from when I first got here to now, how much everybody has changed in here. You know, I've seen leaders being built from the ground up in here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And even the structure to how this business was ran and how everybody just kind of holds themselves. It's a whole new level.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
So the lessons in 2022, 2023, what's Josh's main goals? What are you gonna accomplish by this time next year? We're sitting here in this podcast. What are you bringing up that you accomplished in 2023?
Definitely creating and maintaining new streams of income.
Yep.
You know, getting to a new level leadership wise. I want to have a team that we manage and run.
Yep.
To handle these operations at a whole new scale because we're going big with a lot of things, and I feel it in my soul. I know that you have a lot of things in mind, and you know, with all of our visions put together, I know this shit is about to be huge, bro. So I'm looking.
Keep an eye out on that.
It's gonna be crazy. So I'm definitely looking forward to leading a whole team, and just continuing to build.
There's somebody watching, right? It's the week of Christmas. They're down. Maybe they're facing that time in a position where they don't have heat, whatever. Holidays are rough for a lot of people, bro. I'm not a fan of holidays, right? So there's a lot of people that go through bad things. So maybe it's just they're dealing with stuff mentally, or they haven't had the best year. They haven't found that why yet or even connected to it, right? Mm-hmm. What are you telling them before we go? So going into this new year, what are you telling that person out there?
Man, whatever it is that pains you, I'd say face it, right? Face it, deal with it, and realize that on the other side of that is the life that you dream of for yourself. So, you know, if you're scared to move, if you're scared to make an investment, if you're scared to, you know, just go out on a limb and try something new, just face it. You know, that's one thing I also learned this year is you got to face your fears and lean into them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're down, get as much help as you need. Speak up, right?
Yep.
Speak up, because, you know, this world is crazy, and there's a lot of, just to be 100% honest, there's a lot of, you know, suicide rates are high, bro.
For sure, bro.
So speak up, ask for help.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that help, right, when you put that pride aside and you actually ask for the help and you get it, do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Get that whiteboard out, manifest, create a vision board. You know, I don't know if we could probably make this a whole list, but there's things that, you know, that you can do to get yourself out that slump and build a life for yourself.
You know what? It's like in my head so heavy right now. It's like all of that is ringing back to our title of our podcast, bro, because it all starts with a choice. It's like making that choice to go get that whiteboard, making that choice to take that action, or making that choice to face that pain, right? Because that's a real deal thing. That's a whole nother topic, bro. Because we get into some mental health with that, but you got to make a decision, a choice. But the good part is everything that you want to accomplish can come with that choice that you make, which is why we can choose greatness by choice, right?
And that choice to just get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
For sure.
Like everything that has ever been great, right, that's been built, and you just talked about this, it comes from adversity, it comes from failures, it comes from hard lessons learned. Like all these, you know, great accolades, they don't come when you feel great. They come when you're probably at your worst.
100%. And I've learned, like, the bigger the thing is, the bigger the obstacles are, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm learning some things, like looking at some just different businesses and stuff that have been built, dude.
Yep.
Man, it'll like humble you, because it'll make me sit back and go, bro, we haven't even faced a difficult situation. This is what I'm talking about, like what these people go through, but it all through the hard, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
Definitely get through that.
For sure. Well, as we're going to wrap it up here, man, where do they find you? How do they stay connected with you?
I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at It's Me Soto. You can follow me on all the social media platforms. I'm pretty active there. And of course, you can see me on the weekly vlog here at One Source 2. The One Source vlog that Jeremiah drops.
When's that drop? Every week, right?
Every single week, yeah. So we actually just built a new schedule for that. I believe it's every Wednesday at 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, every Wednesday at 6 on the One Source channel. And I don't upload too much on my YouTube. I'm actually trying to get more consistent on that too. But I'm still active on social though. So make sure you guys follow me. Big things coming.
Big things coming. 2023. Well, man.
Yes, sir. Yo.
Let's get it, brother. And we're going to wrap up episode 1 of the GBC podcast. Hoping all of you guys out there have an amazing 2023.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. This is just the beginning of something great. And we got a lot of exciting things coming on this podcast and outside of this podcast. So make sure you stay connected. Get us on all of our social media. Greatness by Choice. The GBC podcast, I believe, is the handle on all channels. YouTube, podcast dropping every month right now. And then, of course, check us out at One Source Branding. Vlog drops there every week. And a lot of Josh's work, too. You're going to see it represented on my channel. Drops every Wednesday. The McNutt Weekly Vlog. And that's just the beginning. We got so much coming. Yeah. But I'll leave it at that for now. So let's get it till next time.
It's a wrap. Rappity rap. How long was that? That was pretty good.
31 minutes.
That's pretty freaking good.
That wasn't terrible, right?
No, that was perfect. That's actually right on.